Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Dil Narain's online Islamic Institute. This is the importance of Quranic surahs. This is the importance of Surah 104, which is Surah Al Humazah. This surah was revealed in Mecca. Let's begin with the names of Surah Al Humazah. So obviously the surah is named Al Humazah. This refers to a person who engages in slander and does all sorts of bad things in their speech. And it tells us about their characteristics and what happens to these people because of how they act. Another name for Surah Al Humazah is Wailul likulli humazatil lumazah. And that is because the surah starts with it. These are the first couple of words of the surah, and so we recognize this surah by this name. So a humazah is the person who slanders and belittles people with their speech, makes people feel small, and humiliates people because of their words. So the main topic of Surah Al Humazah is the consequence of pride and greed and arrogance because of money. So it talks about people who are greedy. It talks about people who are proud, and so they make other people feel bad. There's a difference in pride. You can be proud of your accomplishments and thank Allah for that. And thank Allah, if you have a lot of money, then you can thank Allah. You can be proud that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed you with that. But if because of those blessings, you harm other people or you hurt another person, then that turns into pride that is not good. Then that turns to pride that becomes arrogance, which means you think you are better than another person. And so that is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is warning us against. That these people who are greedy are belittling other people, and they always find faults in others, and they think of themselves as the best and other people as the worst. So if they have lots of money and they are rich, they think that their money makes them better than other people who are poor. So what do we learn from this surah? So we must study this surah because we must understand that when Islam came to the people of the Quraysh, when it came to Mecca, it wasn't just about the worship of Allah. That was the primary message of Islam, yes. That you have to worship Allah alone and you have to accept the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as your messenger. But what really bothered the Quraysh was that Islam also told them to change the way that they were living. Islam also stood for justice. Islam also taught them that backbiting and mocking and making fun of people is wrong. And the Quraysh, because of their pride, they would constantly make fun of people, especially the people who were poor. They thought that they were better than them. And even when people started accepting Islam, then these people would make fun of them. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is warning us here that this is one of the major sins. You can't make fun of other people. You shouldn't backbite. You shouldn't spread lies about people. You shouldn't insult one another. And we learn another thing. Even though saving money for yourself is allowed, you're allowed to gather money to save for yourself, but when that money is used to belittle other people, to say, look at how much I have and look what you have, then that's wrong. When you gather for yourself and don't care about others and don't help others with your money, then that is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is warning us about. So they collect money and they constantly count all the money that they have, and they're greedy and they want more. No matter how much they get, they keep on wanting more and more, and they're counting it and they're showing it off, and they keep it to themselves and they don't help. So all they do is worry about their money. And so that is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us is wrong. That your money and the wealth that you have is a rizq from Allah. It's given from Allah. It shouldn't be a reason that you're harming other people or making other people feel bad. And so it's very important that we learn this surah, because when we are studying the Quran and we are studying Islam, we must remember that it's not just about one thing. We must also correct our characteristics. We must also learn about who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't want us to be. We want to learn the examples of good. We want to follow the example of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. but we also want to make sure that we're not falling into any of the sins that Allah has warned us against. And it is one of the blessings of Allah that He gave us surahs like these, like Surah Al Humazah, to teach us also about the wrong acts. So we don't just know the good acts and follow the good, but we also need to know the bad acts so that we stay away from them. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed this surah as a warning for us to make sure that we're not falling into this. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from greed and arrogance and pride. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from making fun of others. Jazakallahu khair for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe.